Hello there, I'm Chef Johnny. This is Texas style barbecue and cuisine. Got something different today. I am cooking up the back strap from an Aoudad sheep. So stick around, let me show you how to do it. So here's the back strap. They sat in the refrigerator thawing out. They were frozen. My nephew's a taxidermist, and somebody he was mounting one of these for gave him this one. So I cannot give you a whole lot of details about this animal. I don't know if, I'm assuming it was a ram since they were getting it mounted, but I can't tell you that for sure. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife here, slide it right under this silver skin, and take that off. We want to get all that off. And this has been marinating in an ice water bath with a little apple cider vinegar in it. That will help drain some of the blood out. It'll help get some of the wild taste out of it. But you can see that big long strip of silver skin there. We're gonna try to take all that off. We don't want to eat that. It's tough. It's stringy, and we're just gonna have to see what we can do here. But we're going to come in here, and since I'm going to cut these in half anyways, I'm just going to cut down to it, take my knife, and just like I'm filleting a fish, I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to cut that silver skin off. So that's a big part of it. See right there? Take this off. I've got a good sharp knife here. Little piece right there. So I'm going to finish getting this silver skin off, then I'll show you how we cube it up. You can see I've got this meat chunked up. That's probably one of the bigger pieces, and to about that size, probably maybe 3/4 of an inch. And I'm just going to sprinkle flour over this. Not worried about a whole lot of flour on it. I'm going to give it a good toss, see if it's enough to coat my meat here. There might have been a cup of flour there maybe. We just want to get it lightly coated. Take my Dutch oven, move it over the fire, set my lid back. Got my old Griswold tight top here. A good little amount of oil in here. Once this oil gets good and hot, we're going to start just browning our meat. We're going to get it brown, then we're going to put our ingredients in there to make our sauce. I had to get just a little bit more flour, so we probably got a 1.5 cups of flour in here. And it's, again, salt, pepper, garlic, just light seasoning. Take a little flour and drop it in. We're getting a good sizzle, so we don't want to overcrowd this. So we're going to put our meat in, get it browned, and then we might have to put in a second batch of meat and brown it up. This meat, we're not going to cook it, remember, no, we're not cooking it all the way through. We're just going to kind of toss it, let it cook on the other side a little bit. Just start taking this meat out. It's browned up pretty good. First batch out. I add just a little oil to it. Bring my level back up, let that oil get hot. And then we will get in our next batch of meat. That side's browned real good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my vegetables now. I have a bell pepper chopped up small, a medium onion, and about 5 cloves of garlic. I'm going to put that in there and mix it in. And we're going to cook this till my vegetables kind of get translucent. Vegetables are looking pretty good. I'm going to dump that first batch of meat that I had. I'll dump it back in there. Stir it in. Going to add my seasonings. Now my seasonings are 1/2 tablespoon of salt, 1/2 tablespoon of pepper and cumin, and about a teaspoon of Serrano chili powder. And also I have 2 Bullion cubes broke up of Knorr brand tomato with chicken bouillon. All that's in there. We ought to start getting some really good fragrance out of this now. That's cooked in good. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to add some water to this. Probably about 2 cups. And I'm going to get the fond off the bottom of that pot. So I'm going to take my wooden spoon and let this water heat up. Then what I can do is I can clean the bottom of that pot off. Get anything stuck, we want it off the bottom now. Now, next thing I'm going to add to this is about a half a cup of chili sauce. This is a guajillo sauce, and I have some different chili sauce recipes. I think you could use the guajillo or the chili ancho. I'll put a link to some of my videos, my sauce for my red chili burrito with the New Mexico chilies. Wouldn't have to have the New Mexico dried chilies, but you might want to use the chili guajillo and use that recipe, or I'll put a link in there with my pork tacos chilorio for that chilorio sauce, which is very good. It's a guajillo and ancho sauce. But that's looking really good. I'm going to get a little more water. This is going to cook for quite a while. So I want to make sure I got plenty of water. Don't want it to run dry. It's looking pretty good. I added that extra water in there. I'm going to bring this back up to a boil, turn it down to a simmer. Then I'm going to cover it, let it go for about an hour. We'll check it for tenderness. If it's not quite there yet, we'll let it go for another hour. But it's smelling really good. It's got some nice aroma to it. That chili powder in there was fantastic. I think that's just going to make a really, really good guisada here. So let's see what happens. See you in about an hour. We're an hour into this. We got it off the stove, been simmering, gave it a chance to cool down just a little bit. But I tell you what, it smells great. It looks great. The meat's tender. I say definitely. Can you eat it all, Dad? You most definitely can. I did. My nephew called me, and he's the one that gave me the back strap. This did come from a ewe, so it is not a big ram or anything, but it is a ewe. All, Dad, and we're gonna see if we make a taco here real quick, but let's get some of this in there. Get plenty of the chunks of meat. That looks pretty. I'm gonna add a little red sauce, cheese, and how about a couple of slices of avocado. That's looking pretty good. So let's give this taco a try, see how it turned out. Well, I tell you, all the nightmare stories you've heard about how terrible it is, don't believe them. This is an excellent, excellent taco. Cooking it down that way, it's nice and tender. I think I've got another back strap coming, and we're gonna try to give that a try. Maybe cook it some different ways, but as far as stewing it, it gets nice and tender. It is a little different texture, I can tell you that. Even cutting it, I could tell the texture on that back strap was not like the texture of a deer back strap, but excellent flavor, tastes good. It's nice, it's tender, it's flavorful. I tell you, that chili sauce I put in here with it just really balances out. It gives you a great, great corn guisada taco. Nothing wrong with this at all. I'll put the recipe down below, so make sure you check that out. Tell your friends and family about us. Share us on your social media. And we're going to see y'all down the road on Texas-style barbecue and cuisine.
How them boys put food away beats all I've ever seen.